Hi there, today is October 26th. I am not sure why I wait till it's late to do these readings. Definitely some kind of sabotage procrastination going on here. I have had the most incredible insights, like huge insights this last day. So let's see what comes up with this session. I just cannot wait to see what shows up. So the focus of the session is going to be our health. So that's interesting. When we're talking about health, we're going to look at physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual because that is all under this umbrella of health. How do we feel mentally? Like, how much peace do we have in our mind? How much joy do we have in our heart? How close are we to spirit, to a higher power? How well do we take care of our inner child? And that's all going to actually reflect in our physical health. Our physical health is purely just information as to how we are doing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So, what we're going to look at is the pattern that is affecting our health right now. And the pattern that's showing up is shame. I'm going to put this down because I always put the writing up here, and then when I put the cards up, you can't see them. Okay, shame is a big one. Guilt means that we did something wrong. Shame means that there's something wrong with us. These are our beliefs. And everything that we're hanging on to shifts the vibration of our cells, and different themes of emotions store in different parts of our body. That is a big part of Chinese medicine, is to show us where the different emotions are stored in our body to be able to release them. So I'm going to sit with shame and just see, actually this next card is going to show us where it's being stored. And the card that showed up is our endocrine system. This one showed up the other night also. But the endocrine system is the pineal, pituitary, thyroid, thymus, testes, and ovaries. So basically everything that creates our hormones is our endocrine system. And it actually would make a lot of sense that shame, there being something wrong with us, would be stored in the endocrine system, really like fluctuating and affecting the hormones that are sent out to us. So if you've been feeling tired, if you're feeling off, depressed, anxious, like there are just so many things that our hormones affect. So we're going to look at all of it and work with all of it, and everybody's going to have a different result from the session. What we're going to look at in this card is what we're using to heal this. And it's actually the metal element. And the metal element is the element that works through our lungs and our large intestine. It's the consciousness of control and letting go. So the pathology is control, and the healing aspect of it, the conscious aspect of it, is letting go and surrender. So that's what we're going to use to heal this shame that is affecting our endocrine system. So I'm just kind of sitting to see if any other messages show up as I'm doing this. Because what I'm really looking at is, where are we feeling ashamed? That's going to show up. But what I want to bring up is the practical action moving forward, and that is rest. It's feeling like we're needing a lot of rest right now, because we are in different, it's showing up as like different timelines. Like we were going down this road, and because we're so dedicated to inner healing and really loving ourselves more, it feels like there's been this timeline shift of, this is what we would have received in our lives if we would have continued living with these fears and like limiting ourselves through lack. I don't know if I said that properly, but limiting ourselves, so fear and limits. And in the last few days, we've done something where it's like, fuck it. I am just going to do this. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't fucking work. But I'm not going to sit around and wonder anymore. And I've done this in my own life. And it had to do with the relationship that it was something that I just kept running from because I was afraid of being with somebody who's really great. I do not have that programming in my cells. The programs in my cells have been to be rejected, neglected, and not treated very well. And so when I found someone who was incredible, I just kept running from this person. And every time I ran, there was this excuse that I would use. And, you know, this person's obviously not perfect, but what this person gave me was safety. When I was in the arms of this man, I felt safe. I felt planted. I felt grounded. I actually felt so in my body that I had no problems anymore, even though I did have a lot of shit going on in my life. I felt so in the moment when I was with this person. And every time I was not with this person, I would have all of these thoughts and fears showing up of like, well, this isn't going anywhere. You know, he doesn't even want a relationship. He's not really good at communicating. You know, he's not doing this and he's not doing that. And then I'd be like, you know what? This isn't working. I'm done. And then we would find our way back together. And when we were together, same thing. It would get better. Every time I felt closer to him, happier with him, just safer. And this person has helped me heal more trauma than any other person on this fucking planet. Because we had open, honest conversations about things that were very meaningful to me, very scary to me. And he held that space and listened and spoke about things. And but when we weren't talking or together, again, those fears started to show up. He's rejecting me. He's not texting me in time. He's not doing this. He doesn't care about me. And the last time I was like, yeah, no, this isn't working. I want a relationship. You don't. You just want a friendship. You don't communicate enough. I'm done. I didn't call him. I didn't talk to him. I just ended it. The day before, I actually sent him a message telling him how special he was to me and how I absolutely adored him and what a wonderful person he was. And the next day, it's like, can't do this. Can't do this. So anyway, I'm sharing this because today my heart said, tell him how you feel. And I was like, fuck to the no. I am not doing that. And then my heart said, yeah, you are. And it took me a while, but I sent the message and said, when you hold me in your arms, I feel safe. I've never felt like that before. You're a kind, loving man. I didn't know that existed. I have feelings for you, and I thought that if you found out, you would be angry. I am sorry. I am trying my hardest. So, that's where I am today. And I'm going to take this to a part 2 because I really want to talk about us doing something new in our lives, stepping out of this shame and these fears and moving into our hearts and